What is the difference between sprint review and sprint retrospective? I get this query from my PMP participants. I believe the Scrum professionals are pretty much clear about it, but many people who are doing project management may get confused when they see these two words. So first thing is, sprint and iterations can be used interchangeably. Scrum talks about their time box duration as a sprint. Non-Scrum people will talk about for their time box as an iteration. So you may see a word iteration review, sometimes you see a sprint review as well as sprint retrospective or iteration retrospective. Now look at these meetings one by one. Sprint review or iteration review is a event, is a meeting where we bring the appropriate stakeholder in one place and we look at the work which is done in the last 2 weeks. So we run time boxed iteration, which is like an exploration cycle, and we produce some result out of that work, and that work needs to be demonstrated to others so that we can brainstorm, we can find out how should we modify our direction in order to achieve our product goal. The assumption in the adaptive way of working is that we don't know the exact path for our end goal, and that's the reason we need to learn based on our feedbacks. If we are not learning by doing experiments, then we may not be following the adaptive life cycle. So in a sprint review, you take a feedback, you demonstrate the things, and you put those feedbacks in your backlog refinement process. At some point in time, these ideas, these features may get into your product. So that's the objective of sprint review. Stakeholders are the primary audience for this particular meeting. The sprint retrospective is also a feedback meeting. But in this meeting or this event, we are focusing on learning about our process. We are figuring out how we work together as a team. What kind of tools were useful, what kind of tools were not that much useful. How should we change our working agreement? How should we improve our ways of working so that we make our work environment more enjoyable for ourselves and also handle and satisfy the stakeholder in a better way. So we are exploring, we are thinking about our process and coming up with some improvement ideas. Some improvement ideas may get applied then and there, for example, changing in some working agreement. Some improvement ideas may require team time, and those ideas may go again in a product backlog and may get prioritized and refined as a part of product backlog refinement process. So both these meetings help us in taking feedback. The review is more about feedback on the product, on the direction of our work, whereas a retrospective is a feedback on our ways of working. The review is more involved with taking feedback from stakeholder, whereas a retrospective is taking feedback from the team because they are the one who are working on and they need to improve their ways of working.